Hello guys and welcome back to another video. Not often do we read about man-eaters. We do read a news where a leopard killed a man, where a tiger killed a woman, where a farmer got bitten by a snake. But in today's video, we are going to talk about a man-eater who was responsible for the killing of 436 people. One of the most deadliest tigers that mankind has ever witnessed, the tiger of Champawat. 1903, Western Nepal. This was the time where the entire subcontinent and its surrounding nations were being ruled by the British. The Taru region and its nearby villages and all its people were terrified of one particular tiger, a tigress actually, who was a very tactful hunter, and irrespective of the time period, whether it was early in the morning, afternoon or evening, she hunted whenever she got the chance to do it. Almost all the villages and the entire region of Taru was afraid and petrified of this one particular tigress. At one point, even the Nepalese soldiers were called in to catch this tiger dead or alive, and the villages were asked to carry arms with them whenever they traveled, and they also started traveling in groups. But this did not stop its carnage from killing people. Almost 210 people were killed during that time. Men, women and children, all of them. And after this, the military was called and they started establishing soldiers who started protecting the villages from day to night, and even in early mornings. Even though the killing stopped, they were not able to catch the tiger. The tiger managed to escape to India, and for almost 4 months there was no killing. But however, the killing started in the Common region of the northwestern India. She started attacking numerous number of Indian villages and killed a lot of people. The death toll started going up. It is estimated that the tiger was about 250 kilograms with long claws and with 4-inch canines. And she was able to pierce anything that she attacked. Fast and agile, her attacks were lightning quick, and just like that, a person is dead. So the people were very much horrified of this tigress, and they wanted to get rid of it somehow. And at one point they did not know what to do, and people decided not even to exit their villages after 6 in the evening. But even with all that, the killings did not stop. And no matter where people were, she reached out for them and killed them, like sneaking into the village at night and dragging people out when they were asleep and eating them alive. And also, she swam into rivers when people were traveling in boats and dragged them out of their boats and killed them near the riverbed. People started finding out a lot of horrendous things that she left behind, like decapitated heads, unrecognizable faces, limbs separated from body, human teeth and so much more. All this affected their livelihood very badly, and at this point the death toll reached up to 400. The Britishers immediately set up a lot of hunters to track this tiger down, and they also set up a lot of bounty on the tiger's head, but in vain. The hunters were not even able to track the tiger down, so they went on to call one of the best in the business, Colonel Jim Corbett, in 1907. And Jim was quickly to act upon this. He understood the seriousness of the situation because the tigress barely left any survivors, which meant that if she attacks, she kills, and he couldn't wait to kill the tiger before her next victim. Jim was a man of pride and honor. He had tremendous amounts of love towards animals, and he immediately started negotiating with the British government, asking them to remove all the bounty hunters because they have already killed hundreds of tigers in the name of bounty hunting. And also, he didn't want to collide with other bounty hunters, and he immediately started investigating the villages who were victimized by the tigers and started setting up traps. And immediately after Jim Corbett took charge, there was a killing reported in a particular village, and he immediately traveled to that village. And throughout his hunting, Jim only used villages and local native peoples. He never used soldiers or anyone of that nature other than certain assistants that he personally selected, because he always believed that in order to track an animal, it was very essential to know the geography of that place. And once he reached the place, he found horrendous remainings of the girl, and the people of the village asked him to go to Champawat as the next hunting might take place there. He immediately traveled to Champawat, and a 16-year-old girl was killed in the most brutal way possible, and he found her limbs separated from her body, and it was very, very ugly. And he now understood the seriousness of the situation and the amount of threat that people were living under for 7 years. And by this time, the Champawat Tiger has killed about 436 people, men, women and children. All of her killings were gruesome, and she was highly intelligent, whereas Jim Corbett was known for his extraordinary marksmanship and he was an excellent tracker. It was an absolute face-off between a man-eater and a man-eater's hunter. And after the death of that 16-year-old girl, Jim promised to himself that that death would be the last prey of the Champawat Tiger. Jim Corbett wanted to set up a trap where instead of going in search of the tiger, he decided to bring the tiger to them. He gathered about 300 villagers, asked them to pound drums and scream because he thought that would bring the Champawat tiger out. And as by his plan, the tiger did come out, and he was waiting for the tiger with his rifle. And he knew the tiger is no ordinary one and is capable of moving at a lightning speed. He would get only one shot and he can't afford to miss that mark. When the tiger started snarling and running, he shot, he missed the mark. He once again shot. It took one perfect shot from his rifle and another perfect shot from his shotgun to finally bring down the tiger of Champawat, ending 7-year reign of horror and terror. A huge celebration followed after the killing of the tiger. All the villagers and the people gathered together to parade the tiger's dead body. However, Jim Corbett couldn't celebrate it for his love for animals, and he was pretty much sad, and he left to his house just with the skin of the tiger that he just hunted. And only after her killing did they come to know that the reason of all these killings were due to the loss of prey and loss of habitat, and they also found a lot of hidden wounds in the tiger's body. Her upper canine and lower canine were shattered, leaving her unable to defend her prey from other tigers. Thus she started looking for alternatives, and humans were her perfect alternative, and she found them to be the perfect supply of protein that she needed. In 1944, Jim Corbett wrote about this entire advent with the Champawat tiger, and he named the book as The Man-Eaters of Kumaon. Jim Corbett was seen as a god after this, as the villagers were finally relieved, and he became a huge celebrity, so much that people asked him to stay in India even after the country got its independence in 1947. And until the age of 63, Jim Corbett continued hunting. And whenever there was a man-eater, whether it was a leopard or a tiger, Jim Corbett was their go-to man. And he hunted till 1938 at the age of 63. And the famous national park, the Jim Corbett National Park in Uttarakhand, is named after the man himself, the hunter of the greatest man-eater that mankind has ever witnessed, the tiger of Champawat. Hey, that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you found it interesting, and if you'd like me to talk about some other topic, please do leave them down in the comment section below, and do the official honors of the YouTube. And until I see you again, take care, stay safe, and stay tuned to my channel.
I'ma take it.